Okay, the time has come. We are going into multiplayer, not for online, unfortunately. But for something else. What for? I think you can probably guess. Yes, it is here. The Rings of Fire have arrived. I, to this day, have no idea how you unlock this, or even if you can. I have found no trace of this online. I could swear that one time I searched for it online and saw like some vague description of the game saying, "Hey, it has a Rings of Fire mode." That was like clearly like an advertising blurb for someone who hasn't actually played the game and doesn't know anything about it. But I haven't been able to find that ever since. But I've never found any other than that thing that I have not been able to find again that I may have just misunderstood or misremembered or something. I have not been able to find any acknowledgement whatsoever of this game mode existing, let alone seeing anything in it. But here it is. I don't know how you unlock it, if you can. I also don't know what's going on with the XML for this, because there are actually, so there are 3 tracks, 3 volcanoes, and but there are actually 6 entries for Rings of Fire in the XML. There's Rings of Fire 1, 2, and 3, but there are also these ones called Edit. I mean, shoot, do I have the XML still on here? I think I do. Do I? Let me look here. Yes, so in levels.xml, there's... Yeah, so there's Rings of Fire dash volcano, which is by default locked. I changed that to unlocked. And then also under the the same category, minigame Rings of Fire 1, there's ring underscore edit Rings of Fire editor 1. So ring underscore edit is like the game mode, and Rings of Fire uneditor 1 is the name of the event you can select. Of course, I don't see any way to access a game mode called ring underscore edit. I don't know if there's like an unfinished Ring of Fire editor where you can place the rings or something that's still in the game or what. I'm guessing it's something related to that. Sometimes game developers will actually add like game development tools into the game so they can, stick stuff in there and not have to like rebuild the game or reload the game or anything. It's just there and already working. But okay, so what is Rings of Fire? We will see. Oh, hold on. Wait, why is this game set up? Let me go to here. I press back. Look at the breadcrumbs. It kind of goes back into... It's kind of weird. I select that, it goes back. That's very strange. Why is it like that? Give me the bike. Give me the ghost bike. Why the ordering of the vehicles is different. Yeah, I want to see the ghost bike on here. I don't know what... Does it tell you what surface type this is supposed to be? And apparently this place is considered to be dirt. Okay, whatever you say. Doesn't look like dirt to me, but... Where? There we go. Can't remember what my bindings for player 2 were. So yes, I have looked briefly at Volcano 1 just to make sure it functions. We can get in game on it. But other than that, here we are. From what I can tell, the idea of the game mode is you just go through as many rings as possible. They probably respawn every now and then or something, I don't know. You try to go through more rings than your opponent, I think. Also, there's no music in the preview, which is very interesting. Just bubble noises. Look at me on my ghost bike. I'll just let this little camera fly through, do its thing. Just goes. I don't know if anyone ever got to see this. It's definitely not documented online, at least. And one thing I plan to do after this, actually, on that same topic, is I will make a separate video just showing these 3 courses, no commentary or anything, very no nonsense. So if anyone like me decides to look these things up in the future, they can actually see them. Oh, other guy has Ghost ATV by accident. Oops, that's funny. Yeah, I guess you tried to chain a bunch of rings together too. Yeah, so you try to go through a bunch of and you try to chain as many of them together as you can. So I guess they don't disappear when you go through them. There's no music here in general, which is very strange. Oh no. It turns red and then you can't go through it anymore. Can you only go through it once or something? Or does it take time to become available again? I'm not sure how that works. Yeah, you get points based on how big of a chain you get, I suppose. It would be weird if this wasn't unlockable though, because that'd be unusually unpolished, I think, for this developer to have something in this game that's in a game that's just inaccessible like that. But I don't know. Because I've done like everything there's to do in the game, and there's like no indication of anything. Oh, did that guy make like a wipeout noise when he went down there? Like clearly you can go down there in the lava, you're perfectly fine, but feels like this will make sense as a freestyle area too, just in the sense like there's stuff to jump off of. Like, I didn't hear anything there. I feel like you can hop out of here and whatnot. I mean, not precisely there. But it also does feel kind of weird, just because, like, it feels like the lava should be flowing. There should be places you can fall into and just, like, you know, not come back. But instead, it's all just textures that acts like dirt. It's just very bright dirt. It does feel kind of weird, this whole thing. Hey, you can climb up here a bit more. Eventually it says, hey, you're not allowed to do that. Yeah, it's an odd little thing. The lack of music especially makes it feel kind of weirdly unfinished or something. Like, why would there not be music here? But everything else seems to function otherwise, so I don't know. And again, it's exposed in the UI. Like, the code just made it not be in the UI if it wasn't actually a thing you can unlock either. Which makes you think it probably was something you can unlock. It's really hard to say. I didn't actually mean to restart, but I'll take a quick look at some of the other boundaries here, just towards the outside. Because there's stuff out here too. Like, look at this. Like, this is here, but there's nothing on here. It feels kind of pointless. And the game really says that, hey, that's off the course, is it? Doesn't feel like it is. I don't know, I guess it doesn't have enough in the way of like explicit jumps for it to feel like it would make sense as a freestyle course. But yeah, it's an odd place. Okay. But yeah, I'll look at all 3, of course. I spent 9 minutes doing that, oh my god. Whoops. We'll look at the other ones too, of course, though. And then do our usual ceremony for finishing off a game. It'll finally be done here. After all this time. Oh. Ah, no! Sorry, 1 second, I'll skip this. I need to change the stage. Okay. Options. Game setup. Volcano 2, please. I have not seen the other volcano courses, by the way. Yeah, I don't like the approach to the breadcrumbs in this game. Especially since you can like form a circle in this particular part of the menu. I'm not fond of this game's menu. Yes, so I have not seen Volcano 2 or 3. I just loaded up Volcano 1 to make sure it worked. Strictly speaking, Volcano 2 or 3 could just like not work. It feels so weird though too, doesn't it, to have like these parts that are like clearly lava that looks like you're not supposed to fall into them, but then you just can. It does feel kind of unfinished, doesn't it? It could also just be though, like, you know, in the same way that the other multiplayer minigames are like very unpolished. I guess it could be the same way. I guess this kind of fits that. Oh, clearly birds are chirping here. That seems sensible. Interesting choice of ambience. Again, it doesn't quite add up. Some things just don't feel like they are the way they should be. Oh, now we... Hold on. Did we have a mini-map before? I feel like we didn't. Ow. Again, like, look at this lava-colored dirt. It feels like you shouldn't be able to do this, doesn't it? Like, they could at least make it, like, function like water. So that you just fall into it and then respawn somewhere else. Like, you fall into it, game just fades to black and you respawn somewhere else. But it's not like that. I don't know. See, did I just hear someone make like a wipeout noise again? I feel like I just heard that again. Feels like I just hear that at random sometimes. But then there are birds. It's a nice summer morning here on the volcano. The area around the... What? How does this game decide where to respawn you? The area around the intended play area is also so big. You just have the couple jumps here that you're expected to do. They don't get a lot of time to chain these rings either. Alright, well, if the game has to, if the episode has to be made longer to see the last of these 3 courses, then so be it. Close. I only had 30 seconds left, so I figured, okay, I'll just run at the timer. I think the timer is running a bit slow, though. Okay. So it's taking longer than I expected to. But yeah, how strange this place is, you know? I don't remember if they had music in the other minigames, though. I think they might not have. Which also made those feel very strange. This one just feels especially strange in some ways. Music, come back to me, please. There we go. It's nice to hear again. Volcano 3. Let me get him the Ghost ATV this time. Yeah. Let's see this last one here. So yeah, it's just a tiny little score attack thing, but... Silence. It is a weird atmosphere, isn't it? Being just like in this volcano-y type of place. In the total silence in a game that usually has a bunch of energetic music in it. But then that also combines weirdly with the fact that like the lava isn't lava. It's just a texture on top of dirt. And like, I don't just say it's a texture on top of dirt because the game says like that's the right tire type to use, but also because like the noise, there's an extra noise texture that's applied on top of dirt in this game, which is also applied on here. You kick up dirt the same way that you would on regular dirt when you're on the lava here. It makes dirt noises. You leave like dirt tire tracks in it. It is just dirt. And you can leave. Why can I go so far away? Oh my god. Man, you can go really far away. What in the world? Why is Out of Bounds so insanely far away in this map? Like, the areas outside of the play area are almost as interesting in these maps as the others. In part because it's so massive. Why is it so big? Ugh. It feels like you have to get further back onto the track than you were to start with when the game started counting down to get the timer to go away. It's very annoying. All this texture. Ow. And then, I don't know why this is a place that decided to respawn me. Maybe it respawns you wherever you were last, like, not moving? I don't know why that would be the metric, though, they would use. Well, I guess that's that. Very calm, quiet finish to this game, but sometimes that's how things end. In silence. Yeah, though, we finally got to see it. I don't know if anyone else has ever gone to see it. I have no idea. Maybe one reason I kind of want to put up a video that's just that as well is to see if someone will someday see that video, click on it, see me saying that in the description, or maybe just this, saying this on their own accord, saying in response to that or on their own, oh yeah, I unlocked this by doing whatever, or I played it some way or another. Just to see, like, how do you access it then if you do? Or maybe it really isn't accessible. Who knows? Very strange thing this is. Anyways. Oh, I don't have the movies unlocked, do I? Oh, I do have the... Wait, no. Yeah, the credits are unlocked. Awesome. Well, that's it for Fury 4. I didn't really play this because I wanted to play it, even though it was fun enough anyways. I played it because I wanted to collect all those strings you see on the right side of the screen, and I got most of them. Like I said, I'm going to look at the stuff on the right here. I don't remember if I looked very closely at this before. Like I said, this game was an odd experience for me, being an unfamiliar game that transformed something I knew into kind of a weird way. But I don't know, I didn't mind playing it regardless. I still never prefer Fury 3, not just because of my history with it, but because, just in general, I've explained that it has much more of a flavor that I like. This game has much more of a grounded bend. I can enjoy games of this sort leaning more into something more grounded if they really go far with it. Online gaming, oh no, but I can't appreciate your work, people. I wish I could. The big thing missing from this game here. But yes, if this game went like far into the simulation thing, that would be one thing. Like, I enjoy getting to think about things like, oh hey, different tire types get different traction on different surfaces, or like just the finer details of it. Really, it is the mocap is fun. The finer details of trying to think about traction all the time is something I really enjoy. I enjoyed that in Fury 3, I enjoyed that in this one. And there were some things that this game did improve on a little bit. Oh man, they should have had Columba Islands if they were going to have anything for Fury 3 in here. Anyways. Man, the high concept stuff in Fury 3 I loved. This game doesn't have that, but if they could have done more in the way of... Was that Boogie Nights? Some of these things are things I don't think made into the game. I don't remember being able to do Boogie Nights in this game. That was in Fury 3. Yeah, I'm just having fun looking at this. I love getting to see little bits of how the game was made. In this case, it's just kind of a collection of stuff. Like, the concept art's cool as well. I think I had a little bit more fun in Fury 3, where you got to see the people traveling off to, I think they've traveled to, like, Western US. And where... Oh, it was how they recorded the opening video in particular. That was funny, getting to see how they did that. So do stick around though, because I will take a final tally of the hashes as well. The whole reason this playthrough exists. But yeah, if they went somehow further with the simulation aspect, I could have also greatly enjoyed that. It's just not what they did. I do enjoy that Climax specializes in games kind of like this, and that means that you get a good deal more detail than you usually do in these sorts of games, like when they make... And that goes for most of the games that they make as well. Like even Hot Wheels World Race, you just think it's a Hot Wheels game, it's not going to worry about realism or anything, and it doesn't. But there are little things that are a bit cleaner than you'd usually see in most racing games. Things that make a bit more sense than you usually expect. I sometimes talk about drifting in a circle in that game, which is not quite what it sounds like. It's not like driving in a circle while drifting. No, it's like doing a 360 while sliding in one direction. Which, yeah, clearly not realistic, but what's fun about that is that your controls invert in a way in that I don't think they do in most games in that situation. And the game really does pay attention to how your tires are facing and how they're turned compared to the ground beneath you in a way that I don't think most games ever bother doing, which I like. Alright. So, having seen that, let's grab these hashes. So what I'm gonna do is I think I'll kill Cheat Engine, which is what's recording all these hashes. So we're not writing to this file anymore. Is anything weird gonna happen on the window as I do this? No, good. Okay, so give me a second here. as I open up my hash mining directory here, let's copy today's strings into here. Actually, okay, we'll take a tie of how many strings we had before this episode, or before this sitting, and we'll count how many we got afterwards as well. And we'll take a minute to throw out all to match all the strings up with the hashes in the game too, though. Strings.log. 18 recording sessions for this game, by the way. Okay, and then... Okay, so now it's looking for all the matches. Perhaps I should have actually put this on screen so you can see how my little string matching setup works. Where it calculates the hashes of all the strings and then compares that against all the hashes that I ripped from the game's archive. But, oh well. Right now it's just running the matching and we just have to wait however long it takes for that to finish. In fact, I might just pause because I don't have a lot more to say right now. So I'll just pause until that finishes. Okay. Just in time for that song to finish too. So we have gotten all of our matches, the hashes for this recording session. Very good. So how many... Let's see how many we have from the game to start with prior to today. So we had 9,042 strings. I think there are a couple duplicates in there, not many. Just cases where we have... Sometimes the game accesses the same file name or directory name multiple times with different capitalization, and that gets duplicated in my system. I need to deduplicate that at some point. But allowing for that little bit of duplication, which doesn't happen too often, but sometimes does, we have 9,042 strings to start with, out of 12,000 something, like 12,500 total, I think. Now, let's see what we have after we add in all the stuff from today. What do we want to do here? Concatenate all these together. Toss out the duplicates. That's what we want, I think. Okay, and how many do we have total now? Okay. So we got a little under 400 new strings today. So that leaves us at a total, again, with the small number of duplicates, of 9,425. So I have a couple more to find just by loading up all of that custom track stuff. Anything else is, if I had to guess, largely from online, I suspect. A couple of those last couple thousand strings, maybe. Really, a few thousand for online? I don't know. And anything that has to that is probably also a bunch of unused stuff. There are a bunch of files in this game that are from Fury 3 that are unused. There are some from like E3 demos that are unused, I know that. A few things in this game are just not used. And if they're never loaded in the game and there's no reference to their names in the game's code or elsewhere in the game's other packaged data, then like there's just nothing we can do. There's no way for us to get those strings back, other than brute forcing, but that would be extremely difficult, both because lots of these strings are way too long to brute force realistically, and on top of that, you'd have to find the real match amidst a whole bunch of different hash collisions as well. So I don't think that's really ever going to happen realistically. So this is almost all the strings we're ever going to get in this game. I'll get a couple more, and then I'll say that'll be all we have. And then I'll push all those strings I found to the repository with the unpacker for this game, so that anyone else who unpacks this game will have file names for most things in the game, for a bit over 3/4 of the things in the game, or right about 3/4 probably. But those 3/4 will be the 3/4 of the game that they're actually able to do anything with. So the things that we don't have, those full quarter of the strings we don't have, which sounds like a lot really, and it is a lot, are things that anyone's probably very unlikely to ever encounter playing the game, if it's even possible to encounter them at this point. stuff they can't access because they can't do the online stuff, or stuff they can't access because it's just not used in the game. So all the things that matter should have names in the file system now from the unpacker. And then after this, I'll have to go towards actually getting the repacker done. I got sidetracked doing so many other things. I have so much stuff to do, especially with the JSRFD compilation these days and so on. Ugh. I did at least finish that one video finally, and people have been liking it. Oh boy. But yeah, that's the thing. What do I Let's Play after this? I don't think I'll replace this slot with any other game. I'll still continue Let's Playing one game at a time, I suspect, but not two anymore. It feels weird to say after many, many years of doing 2 games at a time. But with me, in general, having other stuff to do, not knowing what to play anymore, you know, that's been a problem for a very long time. Between those things and the fact that I'm also making other videos for another channel now, I feel like it just makes more sense to free up a little bit of the time. So, I'll probably just wind down a little bit, shift gears to use a little bit of Offroad Fury lingo to just recording one series at a time instead of 2. And if I ever want to do 2 things at a time, if there's something I really want to do a Let's Play of when I'm already doing something else, I could do a second thing. But that's if I ever decide to do it. But yeah. Cool. It's a fun evolution, I think, in my mind of stuff I've been doing on this channel, and so on. Engaging with games in new ways. All right, cool. Hopefully, someone will get some joy out of what I'm doing with this game. Make it possible to I don't know, toy around with it. I'll put up that video with the Rings of Fire, just get it documented if nothing else, or see if maybe someone else actually did get to play it someday, or maybe no one did and now this is the first time anyone gets to see it. Who knows? And I'll hopefully get the repacker working sometime. And then I'll continue messing around with other games. Sweet. It's a fun time. I like doing this stuff. Alright, that's enough. See you everyone.